Initiating planetfall. Atmospheric entry in 3, 2, 1. Beginning aero assist. Drag within acceptable parameters.
Oh no you don't. Stay off my planet. Pew 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 pew. I got one. Pew 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 pew. Got another one.
Descent phase begun. Decelerating. Deploying parachute.
Oh god, we're all gonna die. Everyone to the lifeboats.
Parachute.
Women and engineers first.
Skipping parachute.
I want my mommy. Pew 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 pew. Oh, one got through. Oh, there goes the planet.
Congratulations, you are the third in your region to survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, ABB, in the binary system of Akicha.
I wasn't scared. You were scared. Hello and welcome to the true beginning of Pixel Perfect Season 2. My name is Okada and yes, we are finally truly starting up the new season. Yeah, I say true beginning, right? Because we did have a pre-episode, we'll call it episode 0, and you definitely went and saw that, right? Because it covered a lot of important things about the upcoming season. But today we're actually getting started. And yeah, here we are in the grasslands, and I don't know what you're probably thinking is, Volcata, you're in the noob area. Why are you starting in the noob area? This area is for noobs, and you're not a noob. Well, first of all, hey, stop being so negative. Be nicer to noobs. You know, we were all noob once. Secondly, it's because we kind of need this area for our early phases. Because once again, you definitely watched episode 0 when we talked about our plan. And our first real project will be a residential neighborhood. And we're going to want to have large open spaces to be able to actually fit a neighborhood in because it's going to take up a lot of space relative to the amount of space that the machines actually need to take this early in the game. But before we do anything, we have to follow the little tutorial thing. Equipped our weapon. And we have to do a thing that, honestly, I don't want to do. We have to dismantle the drop pod. Now, I want to use the drop pod as a monument to the beginning of the series, but I've spent an extensive amount of time trying to find a way to start the game without deleting the pod, and I have not been able to find it, even through mods. So what we're going to do is we're going to dismantle it to the spot where it was. And we're going to drop the iron ore there kind of as a place marker for where it was. And in the future, I'm going to look to see if I can find a decorative mod that might have a prop for the pod that we can place back down here. Or maybe we'll just build something on site eventually. But I want to mark this is where our landing was. Okay, so I'm going to start running around and looking for a place to actually start because I haven't planned out the exact starting space. I just want a big open area. And you know, you might think that, well, we want to get to somewhere that has really good resources to get started. But there's a couple problems with that. First of all, they've changed around the resources since I last played, right? Because 1.0, there was a rebalance in all of the nodes. I mean, a lot of them are still where they used to be, but I know that they've changed the quality of the nodes, and I think they've moved some of them around. And the second thing is that we know just how global the game becomes, which means where we start doesn't really matter when it comes to the resources. Sure, it might be a little inconvenient at the beginning if we're not too close to the resources we want, but that will be quickly solved when we start getting some, you know, belting in and all that. So I'm not going to worry about where the resources are. I'm just going to scan around the terrain and go, hey, that looks like enough open space for us to start doing our building, and then I'm going to just kind of claim that as our spot. So while I look for the new place to start, let's talk about a little change in our philosophy for how we're going to start out each episode. Because I'm sure that our regular returning viewers remember, I kind of have a tendency to monologue like a Bond villain during the start of episodes. and the intros tend to be a little bit long. And there is an axiom in content creation, which is show, don't tell. Meaning, rather than talk about a thing, just go and do it and bring the viewer along for the experience. And that's something that we're going to attempt to be better at doing throughout this series. And hopefully shorten down the videos a little bit by doing so, and make the intros maybe a little bit more interesting. Now, while I was running around looking for a place to begin our journey, I did meet with some locals, and did a little bit of self-defending. Found a crash site that I couldn't open, but had some materials that were going to be very useful to us in getting through the early tiers without having to do as much handcrafting, which is awesome. All right, I think I've found our general starting area. What I said was I needed a bunch of open area, and this is nice and flat. This is good. This is the reason why we wanted to start in the grasslands. And again, we're not going to actually get to that in episode 1 because, you know, we had foundations and walls and windows and all kinds of other things that we're not going to have unlocked just yet. But I do have a goal that I want to accomplish. So I want to establish Adam and Eve, which is what we're going to call our first 2 machines, which will be a smelter and a constructor. These will be the 2 machines that the entire game world will be able to draw their lineage back. Once they're put in place, they will never be dismantled for the rest of the series, and they'll become a historical monument that the factory residents could come and visit. So we need to find a place that's going to be kind of off the side to put them. Probably near an iron node, but not anywhere that we're going to want to actually build. Okay, I'm going to run around this big open field and find the ore that I'm looking for. All right, looks like this is going to be our starting nodes. Hopefully they are not both impure. Yeah, there's one impure. And they got someone guarding them. And a second impure. All right, well, we'll work around that. Come on. You alone? Usually you guys aren't alone. All right. Again, we're not going to worry about the purity of the nodes. We can find other nodes later and run belting. Let's get through this tutorial stuff real quick, so we can actually get all of our abilities enabled. Build menu, hub. Let's kind of go up to the cliff because we're going to, mostly be working down there to start our neighborhood once we are established. Again, where this isn't too terribly important because we'll end up moving it later in the season once we're ready to do our warehousing. Pop it down right there. All right. So we got the materials on us that we picked up from the crash site. I didn't actually pick up any biomaterial along the way, which I was just so much paying attention to the distance, I wasn't picking up leaves. We're going to need those for our early power. But we did pick up some rods, so we can get right past this, get our portable miners. And this is probably a good time to mention a philosophy that, again, our regular viewers are most likely familiar with. And we'll talk about it more as the series goes on. But that philosophy is that whenever possible, we do not handcraft for progress. So you'll see me do very little handcrafting in this series, outside of things like building the portal miners and our tools and whatnot. And that's because this is a factory game about automation. So we will have machines do basically everything possible for us, whenever possible. And that's why Adam and Eve are going to be so important, because we're going to have them make everything that we use going forward as soon as we have the option for production. Now you can see there will be some decorative mods that we'll be testing out. And if we find that they're not useful, then we'll toss them out for other ones. There are tons of mods that have things like this for building plants and trees and whatnot. But I think we're going to montage the completion of some of these goals so that we can actually get some things done today without you having to watch me run all over the place as if it's a live stream. I cannot wait to get Adam and Eve up and running. Which, by the way, I have decided where I'm going to place them as I've been running around. I think it's a very good spot. It's nearby. It's going to work out beautifully. We're going to finish this one without building Adam and Eve and try to see how close we can get to unlocking foundations without having to place them, because I don't want to have to pick them back up. Yeah, we need one more tier. But we have most of this already. Nice. All right. Survey says finish hub. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, upgrade 6. I don't remember this being this many tiers. Okay, I think we're going to have to go ahead and build Adam and Eve. I don't think we can get away with any more handcrafting. So let's take a look at our build menu. We need 1 smelter and 1 constructor. So all we need is 8 wire and 5 rods. That'll be simple enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And 8 wire is only going to be 4 copper. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, we already have the cables, so it's going to be easy to run the power. Although, now that I think about it, we're going to need something else. We're going to need 1 or 2 of these. I think we can get away with just 1. So Adam and Eve are going to be placed just right over here. Because we're going to, build down there. That's going to be our flat plane for our first residential area. And with this little cliff here, there's a little ramp that goes up around there. We can have Adam and Eve right here kind of overlooking the original neighborhood. And tourists can come up around here and they can visit the original machines. So let's clean this up a little bit. Now again, we're going to have to technically dismantle them 1 time to get them on the foundations. I mean, assuming that we just don't build around them in the grass, but I think we're going to want to have them on foundations. It's kind of a, a thing of respect. So when it comes time to move them, we'll empty our inventory and we'll just, we'll pick one up and place it down on the foundation and then, pick the other one up. And that way the materials literally that were built, we're just dismantling and moving them. That's going to be the closest we can get to it being the originals. All right. Doesn't really matter which direction we face them because we are going to pick them back up and put them on a foundation. So let's put, this is going to be Adam, because Adam's going to be putting material into Eve in order to produce all the materials that are going to comprise everything else in the game world. So just like, why are you not on the same grid? There you go. That's gonna do it for now. We don't have the material for belts. We got 1. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. All we need to do is power them up. We can hand feed them for now. And then afterwards, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna need a little bit more. 1 rod, 3 wires. And we have Power! New milestone. Okay. Let's get them doing their thing. Actually, we're gonna need something to put in this melter. Give me that, please. Thank you. Oh, our first step of automation. Never again will we hammer out an ingot. And we'll start with making some iron plate so that we can actually connect these things. Through those, we will be able to make our first Mark I miner. See, I already picked up the portable miner for it. And then we will have true automation. Welcome to Satisfactory. Yay! Okay. All right. Anything else I gotta do here? I don't think so. Let me just go ahead and pick this up as well. Oh, actually, yeah, that's it. Because we can do the wire and everything. We'll switch this between copper and everything. We'll have to hand feed, because we'll have one of each at the moment. But they'll make the material that will allow us to build more smelters and everything. So, all right, I'm gonna just let this go real quick, and we'll start to get ourselves established. Come on, we get some of this. Adam and Eve have been really busy doing both, copper and iron products. We're finally getting established to where we can have... Oops, there it is, the first fuse blown. All right, well, we are close. However, do we have... I think we got everything we need, yeah. We'll get our first copper miner down. And we'll now have the two basic materials that we need coming in as soon as we get power for them both. And hopefully I have enough belting material on me to connect these. Yay! All right, all this is temporary. We'll have, foundations and all the good stuff that goes with it. And we'll go back to being pixel perfect as soon as we can. We had to get through the early phase of, the caveman era. Boop, 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 boop. And hub complete. Right? Oh yeah, here it comes. Come on, where is it? There it is. So I think we're probably going to go a little out of order so that we can get to more efficient fuel production. And then we'll be able to expand and start growing our starting area. Oh, all right. I've strayed into a no-go zone apparently. Trying to get some fuel. Leave me alone. No, run that stuff. I just want the fuel. I don't care about the artifact you're protecting. Give me all this wood. You think I can take her? Come on. You want some of this? Oh, yep, she wants some. Oh, heat seeking. Stop that. Die already. Okay. Any friends? She was protecting that artifact over there. I just want the fuel. I don't care about your precious little artifact. All right. Can we actually pick this up? Get the wood. Mercer sphere. Okay, well, that was cool. 100, 100, let's go. Run out there real quick and watch the inaugural launch of the lift. So it's interesting that we're not hearing Ada talk to us. I don't know if I have some. I might have something turned off to where she stops telling us every time we unlock a milestone. And I've gotten used to hearing her voice in the background, but I'm kind of happy not to have her say anything, because I always found it kind of annoying when creating content. We would do something and I would start to talk about it and she would talk over me. So you know what, if they didn't remove her and I just have something turned off, I think we're going to keep it this way, because I don't need her to explain what we just unlocked. Okay, so we should be able to go over here. What's it going to take? Oh, chainsaw. So we need some rods, some more screws, some more cables, everything that we're making already, and we have enough reinforced plate left over. That's awesome. So we're going to add this to our to-do list. Monumental moment. Chainsaw. Oh yeah. The little extendo button. And oh, we have to. That's right. We have to make fuel for it. Actually, while that's going, can we now make biomass burner? Okay, excellent. And we have the materials for it. Let's do that right now. Just plop that beauty right there. Okay, and it has a 30 capacity. Always in the past those were higher, right? This is 20 per, I think. Yeah, good. So we can up our capacity by hooking this bad boy up. We need a connection point. We'll just go ahead and use that one. Can we make another one of these? We can. Oh, the dream is coming to life. All right, we need 2 of these. The moment is so near. Come on, let me fit one in. Okay, that's works. That's fine by me. Auto feeding. Oh, I've been waiting for this for years. All right, so it already says biomass, because this is a new feature as well that I think is awesome, because I've picked off of something else. That's kind of the quick pick, instead of getting it from the build menu. It takes its settings as well, which was not a thing previously. That is phenomenally awesome. All right, step 1, step 2, just like that. Let's give this. Okay, we're gonna need a pole or 2. It's just fullception here. Take that one down. That's the network. Put that one on there. You. Okay, and you. We might break the network just getting these online. Before they can get to it to start using its power, we're probably going to go over our limit. No, looks like something else is shut down. Okay. Like, we might, the thing over here is probably stopped working because we have no more copper going to it. Yeah, that shut down. Okay. So that gave us a little bit more leeway. Oh, look at it go. Our very first. Oh, that's just. Oh, that feels so good. That feels so good. Okay. Oh, I can afford one of these. Okay. Excellent. I realize that this might seem like I'm manufacturing excitement, but I'm not. Oh, my goodness, I am not. Years of early access of this being a thing that we had to do manually. Oh, the wait was worth it. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna need to, get splitters and whatnot. We'll have to have more than one of these, but I'm just, oh, that's so amazing. Okay, this guy can run out. I don't care, and we'll start replacing. I'm so sorry. Nice big beautiful tree. Oh, here we go. Oh, and apparently now there's an animation. Oh, make me feel extra bad about it. Okay. I imagine how much time we already have on the video. So I'm going to get back and probably get me another bio burner up and running and get Adam and Eve some proper foundations so that we can call it an episode. So got the plate already. Got the rods. I did not get enough. Oh, goodness. Let's split that. Grab it. Last thing we need to do. All right, so we're gonna need a bunch more concrete because we're out. I think everything else we've got in machines at the moment. All right, I got tired of running back and forth. Just automation, I wasn't handcrafting anything, but I got tired of running. Automation's about everything. So, having to go to that portable miner was, well, I could automate that. So I did, of course. This is just, this is truly shameful. Truly shameful. Look at this. It's so bad. I cannot wait to delete everything that you can see here. And this doesn't need to be doing its thing anymore. Okay. Let's turn that back to cable. Oh my goodness. This is... I'm so triggered. No idea. I cannot wait. Episode 2. The Great Cleaning. Oh my goodness. I cannot live like this. Alright, let's fast forward to getting the rest of our materials together. This is just a crime. This is a crime. Just call it what it is. We're not barbarians. We're not going to go through a thing. Come on. We have some dignity here. Let's open over. And is there available spot? Okay, so we need to make a new pole for everything that we're connecting. Alright, so that should prevent any future shutdowns. So let's skip ahead to completing the milestone so that we can get Adam and Eve on a foundation. Alright, we should have enough now. Let's do it. Oh, we don't have enough. Good grief. Finally. Foundations. Civilization. Feels so good. I can't wait to start placing them. Of course, we're going to need some iron plate to actually build them, but that's a thing, right? So, foundations. Oh, finally, foundations. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is get Adam and Eve on their own foundations. Okay, and we're going to need to dump everything into storage. Let's do this right here. Make 3 of these. First one's going to be all of our inventory so that we have nothing on us. That means we need to also get rid of the belt. Okay, nothing in the inventory. Yeah, it's clear. Good. Adam will go on top. Yes, that's a sex joke. Oh, let's get rid of the power line. That goes here. Did we get the power line mixed in? Or the other one? I did. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. We can separate it, right? The smelter doesn't require cable, so we know that that wasn't part of its build. Definitely empty. Definitely empty. All right. I'm glad we got that one right because that cable would have gotten mixed in. All right, so let's get our inventory back so that we can get our initial foundations down. So in the future, we'll probably come back and retexture these, maybe. We'll see. But they will be permanent. And we're gonna need more concrete. All right, let's get over here. That'll do it. We're going to do a bunch of foundations. That way, you know, if we don't like where we're placing them, well, we don't have to come back and get, you know, stuff back in our inventory. And then we'll just clean up the inventory afterwards. Or anything excess we have. It's going to be a little too close to the cliff. And this is definitely the grid, right? Because we hit snap to grid, hold right control, right? So that's the grid. Yeah, it matches up. All right. I think this is probably fine. This is the screw one. We can take that out. Okay. All right. That should be a good platform for Adam and Eve. So next, we have to, what's our orientation going to be like? Because I kind of want them both facing forward, even though, you know, Adam has to feed Eve. So maybe we can, let's see here. Because I don't know that these are actually going to continue to be used. You know, because it's going to be a monument. But we'll see. We'll see in the future here. So let's get our high ground again. Super careful not to mindlessly pick something up or dismantle something. So if we want them facing forward, like I don't mind if we just like we do some kind of curly Q wrapping of the conveyors. That'd be fine. So we've locked it in. I know that this doesn't look like it's lined up, but you can see how the shadow outline is right on that line. Yeah, like that. That's the best we can do. Let's plop down Adam. Get in place. Yeah, see at this line, the shadow outline is on that same line. That's their kind of alignment. And that gives them a block and a half apart. Gives us room to, you know, if we want to put something in here. Let's see how this looks. Like we could. We can S-turn like a little chicane here. So the pixel perfect turn, right? It's 2 over. So that's a 90-degree turn. I'm thinking about wrapping around back, but I might do it like this. So that will give us, right, 1, 2, which is right in the middle. That's perfect. So do it like that. And then line this up on the middle. Oh, that's gonna be. No, that's fine. Because we can go forward too. Perfect turn. Yeah. Yep. And we're set. There. Nice. Okay. We can get a little bit of a review of that. I know it might seem a little silly, right? The ceremony around a smelter and a constructor, but it's going to fit into the storyline, and they will share a power pole. Line that up. Okay, perfect. Go back to iron ingoting. And you can go back to iron plating. You see, we took these off of the menu. We didn't clone another one of these because these are the originals. And just connect to a pole. Maybe a temporary connection. Because we need them working. And you can have back your iron ingots that you were producing. There we go. Get the stuff out of our inventory. All right. We got it. We're set. So thank you so very much for coming out for episode 1 of Pixel Perfect Season 2. I've got so much in my head that we're going to do throughout this season. You know, the previous series, 2.5 years. We definitely put a lot of love and time into crafting the story and making awesome things and just having fun playing the game. So if you're new and you've made it to the end here, thank you so much for coming out. Thanks for checking out the channel. I hope very much that you'll come back and see where we're going to go with this series. Because I am a small-time YouTuber. I have a full-time job. And I put as much love and care as I can into these videos, and I hope that it shows. So if you can do me a kindness, just leave a like on the way out. And if you're so inclined, stop by and leave a comment. There were definitely aspects of last season that was the result of viewer feedback. And the more I hear from you, the better I can tailor them for what you're looking for. But thanks again, and I hope to see you in episode 2 when we clean up this gigantic mess and bring some sanity to the early game. If you enjoyed this, you may want to check out one of these other videos. And thank you very much for your time.